Hello and welcome back. My name is Artur Ganszyniec and I was the lead story designer on The Witcher, the first Witcher, and I am playing the game for the first time after 18 years with some commentary and explaining some design choices, sharing some anecdotes. And today we will proceed with chapter 1, which is the outskirts of Vizima. Okay. So let's play.
Caroline, I'm tired.
It's not far now. We'll be there soon.
As usually, a chapter starts with a longer cinematic introducing the mood.
We'll fetch you warm milk and honey. You'd like that.
Very much. Thank you, Caroline.
And we meet Alvin.
Dog's doing?
Dogs?
He will be an important character in the story. But
Alvin, do exactly as I say. This is important. Run to the inn as fast as you can, and don't look back. Understand?
They're evil dogs.
Run!
But to be honest, when we were writing the cutscene, we didn't know yet how important Alvin will become. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now we have the main problem of the chapter introduced. The beast and the huge green dogs. Spectral dogs. And we are thrown in the middle of action. We hit the ground running. Metaphorically.
Geralt! Melatelli must have sent you. There's a woman outside. The dogs will tear her apart. Help her! Help! No!
Don't open the gate! The beasts will enter!
These dogs are deadly.
You people are monsters! Stand aside! I'll save them myself!
Stop. Don't go out there alone.
Damn you! We're all going to die!
Well, the brave man didn't last long. I hope we'll kill the spectral dogs quickly, and so we can proceed with the story.
What was that?
Magic, surely.
The beast! Geralt, look!
The time of the sword and axe approaches. The time of the white frost and white light. The time of madness and disdain. Tedirat, the final age. The world will perish amidst ice and be reborn with the new sun. Reborn of elder blood, of hen Iker, of a planted seed. A seed that will not sprout but burst into flames.
The old elven prophecy of Itlena. I hope he's all right.
It seems he saved us from the beast.
Yes, seems so. Oh, I do hope he's not hurt. I'll need to find someone to take care of him. He shouldn't be alone. We'll stay at the inn in the meantime.
Wait a minute. I ran into wild dogs on my way here, but they were nothing like these, and I don't mean just the green fur. Know anything about them?
They've been terrorizing the village for some time. Every few days, a villager is killed. The pack is led by a large hound, perhaps a wolf. People call it the beast.
Someone might pay to have the beast slain.
That's what witchers do, isn't it? But enough about monsters. What brings you here?
I'm seeking men who wear the sign of the Salamandra. Seen anyone like that in the area?
Shh, not so loud. There was someone, but the peasants grow silent at the mere mention of him. The Reverend might know more. You may also want to ask him about the beast.
I'll do that.
Did you want to ask me something?
as you can see, there is a lot of to unpack in this scene, because we touched at least 3 different subjects, like the magic boy Alvin had some vision and repeated an old elven prophecy. There's the beast and the spectral hounds, and we had to remind the player that the main quest is finding the Salamandra bandits, and there's this woman who seems to know us, so just ask her about it.
It's me, Shani. Don't you recognize me? Whatever happened to you? I heard you died during a massacre in Rivia.
Unfortunately, I lost my memory. I recall the last few weeks, nothing more.
I'm afraid I can't help. Medicine's a fledgling science here in the north. I can say that your memory might come back on its own.
It's not that bad. I'm actually getting used to it.
I hate to admit it, but sorcerers are somewhat more effective at this than we are. Maybe one of them could help.
So, yeah, she's an old acquaintance. If you read the books or played Witcher 3, in the books she was a student of medicine, and they had a brief fling with Geralt and cooperated on some stuff. So we'll talk with her later.
We'll speak later.
Yeah. And
Calm
right
down,
now,
everything will be okay.
just 2 anecdotes. First, the brave guy who said, "You people are monsters, I'll save her myself." Well, he looks exactly or almost exactly like Adam Skorupa, who is responsible for the music and audio in the game. To be honest, I'm not sure if that was intentional or a coincidence. So that's one anecdote. And the other, did you notice that Shani said that the beast is a great dog, perhaps a wolf? But we've clearly seen that the beast is a huge red flaming hound. So why the discrepancy? Because we were redoing chapter 1 3 times, and in the second iteration where most of the dialogues were written, the beast was a big wolf. It didn't look supernatural yet, and some of the dialogues stayed because rewriting and re-recording them all, we didn't have that kind of time and money. So let's just look around.
Vizima's gates are closed. We await help from the Order of the Flaming Rose.
I like how we use one-liners in the game for every group of commoners. There was, I don't remember, like 1,000 or 2,000 lines written, and they were all written to add some info on the setting, expand on the world, reinforce the mood of the scene, or provide some comic relief. So
we await help from the Order of the Flaming Rose.
We know that there's an Order of Flaming Rose in the world, and
Vizima's
we know
gates are closed.
that the gates to the city are closed. I will show you. There's a notice board. If you played Witcher 3, the system was very refined and matured in the third game, but here it started. We even added a small,
Maybe I can find some
tiny cutscene to make sure that the player will notice this board. And here you have some Witcher contracts. People who need a Witcher just post a notice here, and we did that because we needed, more quests in chapter 1, but we didn't have time and money to make full-fledged quests with long dialogues, plot twists, and stuff like this. So we went like economic on those. You just have to slay a number of monsters that are already on the location, and the dialogue is minimal, but you earn extra experience, and the game is longer, and you have more to do. So I think it worked quite well. So a herbalist, Abigail, wants some burger skulls. A Reverend wants some drowners killed, and Kalkstein and alchemist need some ghoul blood, and we see that the professor, the bandit we are chasing, is also wanted by His Majesty King Foltest. Okay, so we are not the only one who hate him. And he's an herbalist, so let's talk to him.
Greetings.
Greetings.
What a despicable place. I'm trapped here with my goods while my wife and children wait in the city.
Why's that?
Vizima's gates are closed due to the plague. The gods be my witness, nothing ruins trade like an epidemic.
I guess we just have to wait.
Most of the diseased have died off, but the beast and bandits now spread their own terror. All we're missing are tax collectors.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
It was obviously written pre-COVID, but the plague, the Katrina plague, was an element introduced in the books, and we used it because it gave us the opportunity to keep the player in the outskirts and stop them from entering the city, so we could play this first chapter here. And another thing, he looks very unique with the bell on his neck, but we will see guys like him all over the place, and that's because the Witcher game had a very turbulent history, and when I joined the project, it was already restarted or pivoted at least once. I mentioned it before, but it was supposed to be not about Geralt, but about some other Witcher, and it was supposed to take place during the books, not after the books. And for the old version of the script of the game, many assets had been produced. Among them, like the merchant. And then when the production started, when this part of production that we are playing today, when this part of the production started, we already had some characters that we had to reuse, and we were very, very, very tight on money and on time to produce new characters. So we had to use characters that were intended for named NPCs as commoners, and because on Aurora character model is one mesh, there are no modules or parts that you can switch on and off. Even removing this bell was too much work compared to how behind the schedule we were. So we just made some different texture versions, and that's why many rich fat guys we'll be meeting in the game will have a bell on their neck. Yeah. Is he selling something? Yeah, he sells some books that will be useful for us, but we don't have enough money. So let's go. Let's go to the inn. Let's go to the inn. That was, I think the location was made for some early demo, and I really like the architecture. Okay, so let's go and talk to the innkeeper, but because it's the Aurora engine, we couldn't talk across the bar.
Your kind's not welcome here.
I said I wanted a beer.
Nobody likes a Witcher.
Very well. I'll see what I have.
Good man.
Everyone drink up. We're closing.
Innkeeper, do that again and I'll get angry. Wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
All right. I'll just tend to my business and be on my way.
What can I do for you?
I'm a Witcher.
Ah, by the eternal fire.
Have any work for me?
No. Ask the Reverend.
Okay. I'll speak with him.
What can I do for you?
Why the gloom?
I don't talk to strangers.
Do you for 5 orens?
For that, I'd talk to a bar guest all day.
Okay, so let's pay him for, I hope, some good story.
Plague was devastating. People died in droves. The wailing lingered for 3 moons. If not for the Reverend, we'd all have perished. No wonder we're wary of strangers. You don't know what it's like when the plague takes your family. The Reverend prayed all day to the eternal fire, taking no sustenance. His penance freed us from sin and strengthened our faith. We began by cleansing our homes of sin and filth. We gathered it up, and by the next day, all our foulness was buried or gone. The Reverend then spoke to all who remained. You have done well cleansing your households of sin. I know it was difficult, I know they be kin, but the eternal fire sent pestilence on them as punishment for their sins. You are pure, you shall live. And we believed him, then went outside. The frost was biting, but we did our penance, crawling round the village, praying at the 5 chapels. The next day the village was quiet, as if all were asleep. Fewer have fallen sick since.
An edifying tale. Thanks.
Okay, so we see that we have a close-knit, very religious community here, and that usually spells troubles, because like in Stephen King's novels, the countryside is usually as nice and innocent as it seems. Oh, she has a name and a surname, so she's probably important.
Greetings, handsome. You look a tinge fatigued. Wait, didn't you rescue that child at the gate?
By chance.
By chance? Really? If only the local peasants chance to do good once in a while. Oh, no matter. What can I get you?
I like the fiddler in the background.
Nothing now. But care to sit down with me for a moment?
Not likely. I'm a decent girl. I'm at work now.
Okay, so this line is clearly here to suggest that she might be a romantic interest, or she might be, or at least a sexual interest, because it is a game for a major audience made in 2007, and at that time when you were making a game that you wanted to be seen as adult, you had to have sex and booze in the game, because that's what adults do. So I'm planning a all cringe playthrough, and we'll try to see all the romances, but not now.
Don't be angry. Only a blind man could ignore you.
You sure know how to compliment a woman, sir. What can I get you?
Nothing now. I'll see you later.
And let's talk to Shani.
Did you want to ask me something?
It's been a long time since I've heard mention of Salamandra. Do you know anything about them?
I think they're a group of bandits who terrify the locals. Yesterday, they returned a boy they'd whipped with a lamia.
A lamia?
A mayhen crop with small barbs and hooks. It rips away skin and flesh with each strike. Most civilized countries have banned them. The boy was delirious, muttered something about a ransom and the Reverend. Sadly, he grew feverish, and he died that night.
Thanks. I may stay longer than I planned.
Why the interest in Salamandra?
So, as we can see, the Reverend and the bandits that we are chasing have at least one point of contact. They may have something in common. So probably there's trouble brewing under the surface.
They killed someone I was fond of and stole something of mine.
I wouldn't want to be them.
What brings you to this village?
I'm traveling to St. Libioda's hospital in Vizima to help fight the Catriona plague.
When are you leaving?
Once I've helped the victims of the dog attacks, I guess. I can't abandon them. It'll delay me, but some are certain to die without my aid.
So what'll become of Alvin?
I don't know. I'll look after him for now. Maybe a villager will take him in.
He seems clever enough. Surely someone will want him.
Did you want to ask me something?
We'll speak later.
And let's talk to Alvin.
You saved me, right?
I helped.
I wonder what'll happen to me now.
Waiting for your kin to come?
No. My family has passed on.
Sorry, kid.
It's all right. I barely knew them.
Stand still.
All doom and gloom. All doom and gloom. Okay, and let's talk to Kallenstein. If you played Witcher 3, you recognize him probably. And I wanted to talk to him.
Of optimum mater, a drop of mercury solution. Oh, sorry, I got lost in thought.
Greetings.
Greetings. I'm Cogstein, alchemist.
Geralt, Witcher.
A witcher? How much would you ask for an opportunity to examine your body?
I don't think you could afford it.
You would be doing a great service to science. All right, fine. Though I perceived you as someone who valued reliable knowledge.
I respect science and scientists, alchemists too. And I guess I expect the same in return.
I see. Well, maybe you can agree to a post-mortem, then.
Keep talking and I might change my mind. Regarding alchemists, that is.
All right, I'm sorry.
So, maybe you noticed that his body is of less quality when it comes to the texture and the number of polygons than his head. And that's because the alchemist was one of the older characters, like from the earliest versions of the, probably from some early demo. And later in the production, we realized that his head is of too low quality, but we didn't have time to redo the whole model, so only his head was changed to a new one, and the body stayed as it was, as you can see. And
they say you need ghoul blood.
Do you have any?
I'll come back when I've gathered some.
I need that blood for my studies. Be quick about it.
And as you can see, that's all that is needed to for the contracts from the notice board toward an item, a short description of the quest, one line during the quest, and another line when you come to collect the reward. It's very good worth for money. Okay. And now let's go and see the good Reverend.
The Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose himself passed through here.
As I said, building the setting.
When a beast will appear.
So, let's go. Let's go and try to find the village. And let's have a look at the map. As you can see, it's covered with the fog of war, and we only see the places we heard about. Those are the places mentioned in the quest from the notice board, and as we will play, the location will uncover, and then I will comment on it. Oh, something is happening, and that's also what that's a mechanism that we use. That you see a situation, you are presented with a, well, let's say, not a dilemma, a situation that you can intervene or not, and if you do, there's usually a combat and quest or something, and if you don't, usually something terrible happens. Not to you, but to others.
Looks like Miss Vesna has unwanted visitors.
Try being rough, I dare you.
Oh, this shrew needs.
And yeah, so of course we are the player's character, so let's intervene. Let's get into trouble.
You'll be sorry.
Is that you? Witcher, help!
Piss off, Whitey. No monsters here.
Don't have the balls to fight a Witcher, Butch.
Shut it, woman. I'll show you balls.
We still can walk away, but we won't.
You're apt to lose those shortly.
Let's see just how tough you are.
Can't wait.
will just get rid of the bandits. And then... Okay. And as I said, something is happening.
Will you help me? I fear the dogs and thugs, but I need to get home.
Okay, so it's clearly a wink to the little Red Riding Hood story, because she's called Vesna Hood, and there are bad wolves in the vicinity, and she has to go home to her grandmother. So you may ask, why is she not dressed in red? Because, as I said, we were totally behind schedule when it comes to characters, so all we could do was to change her name, so there was any connection to the little Red Riding Hood, and we are going to the village anyway, so let's escort her, although I'm not a fan of escort quests, but let's do it. I hope she's following me. Yes, she is. As you can see, the location is more or less flat with some tiny fences, but when you look at the map, you will see that it's a corridor, like in the mini-map, and those tiny flimsy fences, they mark the end of the area where we can walk. So it's not a very open location, although it may look that way. And why is it so? Why did we wanted to have such a close location? To be honest, it was sort of an accident. Is not a good word.
Those hellhounds.
You're all right. They're gone.
Many things in the game are just like random things that layered over time, and this is one of the locations that was made for the earlier version of the script or the game, and at that time there was not many designers in the team. There was no level designers. I think there were no level designers in the first Witcher at all. So the first locations were produced like based on aesthetics and vibes, without any script. So then, and we were stuck with them because we had no time to redo any of the locations that we already have. We just had to use them. So most of the designer's job, the narrative design job, was to...
They came after us like something was controlling them.
Let's go.
Was to find a way to tell the story we wanted to tell at the locations we already had. So we just had to look at what we have and try to fit the story into the location. And that's why we are going here through corridors. The locations will be like a closed loop. And that's why there is a lot of backtracking in the first chapter of the game. We tried our best to avoid it, but with a location that looks like this, there was really no option to get around it. Okay, so we are here.
We're here. Thank you. How can I repay you?
Shall we meet again?
Shall we meet again?
I don't know. I live with my grandma and I'd rather not shock her.
What could possibly shock her?
Everything. Except if we met to pray together. But listen, I know this one place, the old mill.
Secluded and quiet.
It looked a bit creepy, Geralt. It looked a bit creepy.
I wouldn't want the miller's ghost disturbing us.
Ghosts wouldn't dare disturb a witcher. Others will stay away out of fear.
Settled then. I'll see you tomorrow after sunset. Bring wine, and I'll bring food.
Okay. And in the meantime, I heard some bar guests in the area. Yeah. They were kind enough to wait until we stopped talking, but they were here anyway. Okay. We are probably in the clear, so... Oh no, not yet. It's a dangerous area at night. So let's collect some Barsgest skulls for the herbalist and story time. I don't know if it is still there, but when we were making the location, or when the game was already released, one of the artists responsible for decorations in the outskirts admitted that he hit a Second World War rifle sticking out of from one of the windows, just like a sniper was hiding there or something like this. I don't know if it's still there, but it definitely was at the time of production. And the other thing is, just so you see how the locations were made based on aesthetics only, that this is the default camera in the game, and as you can see from this camera, you almost cannot see the door you are about to to enter. So it works good in the over-the-shoulders camera, but the over-the-shoulder camera was added almost by mistake and very late in the production. So yeah. And another thing about the over-the-shoulder camera, look, this is how interiors looked like in the default camera. As you can see, we never see the ceiling, so when we added the over-the-shoulder camera and we could finally look up, it turned out that most of the interiors didn't have a ceiling at all, like there was skybox there. So the artists had to add the ceilings. And that is a story that every design decision usually has cascading consequences, and it's usually a lot of additional work you didn't plan. Oh, there's a cellar. It almost looks like there should be a quest here. I don't remember the details, but probably something will be happening here. And it's a bit creepy, Geralt storming into people's houses in the middle of the night. And we didn't have time or money to comment on it in the dialogues. Like, it would be totally over the budget to add like a line, "Oh Geralt, what are you doing here in the middle of the night?" to every of the commoners. So we just ignored it. But now, 18 years later, and after I played Disco Elysium, I thought, I think I would do it the Disco Elysium way. I would choose one NPC who would comment on the situation, like, "Geralt, you cannot do it," and Geralt would be like, "But nobody is complaining," and the NPC would be like, because they are afraid of you. You are storming into their homes and waking them, standing with a sword over their bed in the middle of the night. They are lucky. They think we are lucky we got out of it alive. And I would just leave it at this, allowing the player to imagine every time he speaks to an NPC in the middle of the night that the NPC is, scared of him. Oh, the physics doesn't work good in the interiors for some reason.
To speak of. Indeed there is. I seek Salamandra. I heard they come here.
They'll kill us because of you.
I have ways of showing gratitude.
What ways?
You're troubled by a beast?
Okay.
Not your business.
I'm a witcher. I could help.
Another witcher came recently. Berengar. He promised to slay the beast, but fled when it howled.
I'm not Berengar.
If you want my trust, bear the eternal fire's light to the people and dispel the darkness. You'll find 5 chapels around the village.
Fire won't scare the beast. This is more than a stray dog.
The eternal fire, blasphemer. You can be sure it will scare off beasts, for it has been said that though his soul be in darkness and his visage be a horror, do not judge him hastily, for he will carry the flame of hope into the night. And also, you shall only be safe in the glow of the eternal fire.
All right, but it will cost you 100 warrens.
Very well, but the eternal fire must appear at night in all 5 chapels.
Okay. I'll ask about the Witcher contract.
As long as you can prove you killed some.
I'll return with proof.
Hurry.
And maybe let's ask him about Salamandra, I think.
Speak quickly.
I'm looking for men who wear salamander-shaped pins.
That's not wise.
Why?
Vexing them may shorten your life.
Do I look scared?
Another witcher came here before you. He too swaggered with audacity, and yet, do you see him? Not likely. He fled.
He's not me.
Do not sneer at Salamandra. The whole village fears them for a reason. You must convince us all.
What can I do?
For me, destroy the beast. As for the others, visit Odo, Mikkel and Haran. Can you solve their problems too?
Are they elders of some sort?
Everyone knows and respects them. Odo's rich, Haran a merchant, and Mikkel a city guard. Gain their trust, and you'll win the trust of the village.
We'll see.
Wait. They need to believe I sent you. Show them this ring of the eternal fire.
Okay. So first of all, for those who haven't seen the first episode, Berengar is a missing witcher, but also it is the name of the witcher we were supposed to play in the older version of the script. So we are sort of looking for who might have been us. And here we have this ring we have to show to the people. And this is, because when we were making this game, we were very afraid it would not be seen as a true role-playing game, because you couldn't choose your character race or class or fighting style or spells or stuff like this. So we crammed a lot of mini systems and mini games to the game, so it looked like something more than just an adventure game. The standards in 2007 were a bit different than now, and we were really afraid the game won't be well received because of this can play only one class thing.
Stop! What are you?
A witcher.
We're militia. We keep the peace.
I'll be going.
We needs to see you're not ill.
I'm immune.
Don't know what that means. We got to check.
What's that?
Well, you look foul, but healthy. Move along.
Godspeed.
Okay. As you may notice, the dialogue didn't trigger the first time we were going through here because we were in the middle of the Miss Vesna quest, and the trigger was temporarily off. Okay, so let's light the fire. Okay. You may notice that this is a shrine, and it's called Shrine, but the Reverend was talking about chapels, and that's because the game was originally written in Polish, and chapel and shrine are the same word, in Polish, so we have the same word for those two objects. And why are you fighting me? I have no idea why he attacked me. I hope that nobody noticed. Okay, so I have enough of Barghest skulls to go to the herbalist, to the Abigail, and we will do that while lighting the fires. So, as you can see, there is a lot of backtracking, so let's use this time to talk about the history of the first chapter, because, as I said, the first chapter was redone 3 times. We've had 5 iterations of the prologue, but only 3 iterations of the first chapter. The first version was something that that was there when I started working, when I joined CD Projekt, and it was an unholy mix of the older version of the scenario and so some new ideas with no real direction and no mood, and we worked on it for a while. We've done some quests for this version, and then we saw that we don't like it at all, and we scraped it, raised it to the ground, and started again. And this time we knew that we would be making like Stephen King inspired story about a countryside, a small village that's where everything is good on the outside, but something is rotten beneath the surface. And we knew that there would be like the beast, but as I said, in the second iteration, the beast was just a big wolf. Well, a demonic big wolf, but it looked like a wolf. And the Barghests weren't there. They were just, large dogs, very aggressive dogs. And we thought it's okay, but I think it was Adam Badowski who was the art director then, and he said, if we want the player to understand that these are, demonic hounds, they should look like demonic hounds. And that's why when Barghests, as we see them today, were born. And then when they started to look like those, green, glowing ghost dogs. And also, when we were doing the first chapter for the 3rd time, we've already knew how the prologue looks like, and we realized that we had to add some extra stuff here, like, if I remember correctly, the whole subplot about looking for Salamandra bandits took shape in the 3rd iteration. So yeah, and do you remember that I said that we have only one animation for sick people in the game, so everyone who is sick looks like this.
Oh, my stomach hurts, cursed witch!
So is Abigail an herbalist or a witch? Let's see. Oh, Alvin is here.
You're really brave.
Thank you.
Oh my, a witcher. Welcome.
What happened to the man outside?
It was his own fault. Many come to me with pitiful fantasies I disdain to fulfill. They take me for a whore, when I am but a witch.
I'll remember that.
Don't worry, I'm not all bad. The sinner will recover.
You may notice that many characters, when you first talk to them, have some sort of a nice little story.
What do you want?
And then it defaults to a normal dialogue hub when we can ask questions, and they are usually looped. And that's how it works. It was called, I think it was marked in the system as non-met, and if we haven't met a character, the first dialogue was this introductory story, setting the mood, the themes of the character, stuff like this.
I found your notice.
Excellent. Do you have the Barghest skulls?
I do. They're yours for a price.
I knew you'd manage it. And take this mandrake root. You might find it useful.
Can I ask you something?
If you must.
I see you took Alvin in.
Did you think I'd abandon an orphan? Besides, he has potential.
What do you mean?
He has powers perhaps beyond his control. For now, he sleeps well with the herbs I brew him.
That's good of you. Few in these times would be willing. It's another mouth to feed.
With winter approaching, if I grow hungry, I'll eat him. Doubtless the villagers think so, believing me a monster.
Are you one, Abigail?
We all hide a monster inside us.
So as you can see, there is clearly a conflict between the villagers and the witch. Let's take a look at what she sells. The Book of Animals, Swamp Monsters, but we don't have enough money to buy it. And the book about plants, we don't have enough money to buy it. So maybe next time. And right now, let's go and light the last fire. If you played The Witcher 3 and if you read the books, you might notice that some things in the game, in the first Witcher, seem like sort of Andrzej Sapkowski best hits remix, or The Witcher short stories remix, because we have some characters that we've met in the books, and we have the same themes like elven prophecies, magic children, the plague, and later we will see racial tensions between humans and non-humans, and as I said, many recurring characters. And yes, this is intentional, because when we were working on The Witcher, we had no idea how the game will be received, and if we would have a chance to make another game. And so for the people who didn't know the books, and the books were unknown in the States and in the English-speaking world at the time, for those people who didn't know the books, we wanted to introduce all the elements and themes that made the books cool. And for all the people who knew the books, we wanted to give them what they already knew and liked. And so that's why we are stealing everything we can from the books and cramming it in the story, like the scene that will happen right now.
We'll show you, Stubby. Send them to the reservation.
Okay, so some humans are bothering a dwarf. Let's stuck our nose into the situation.
What's your business with this dwarf?
We're shaving off his beard. What's it to you?
You'd be better off moving along.
Love non-humans, do you?
Sheathe your weapon and stop waving those arms around if you want to keep them.
Ooh, a live one! Get him, lads! Kill the deviant!
You asked for it.
So again, we can interfere and save the dwarf, or we could not interfere and probably the dwarf would die or something like this. I don't remember, but who wouldn't, because we are doing a good deed and having a fight and earning some XP. So everything is okay.
Thanks for getting those hounds off my back. Wait, Geralt, is it you? Well, I'll be damned.
Another old friend.
You don't look well. Are you hurt?
True to a witcher. Died, came back to life. Nobody's seen him for 5 years, and he wants to know if something's wrong.
Who are you?
Yeah, drunk. I'm your pal, Zoltan Chiri. Where have you been? Why haven't I heard from you? What about...
Not sure I can explain much.
Ah, you don't need to tell Zoltan Chiri anything. Let's just say I'm glad to see you, though it would be nice to resolve some matters.
You misunderstood. I lost my memory. I only remember the last few weeks.
Know what, Geralt? Let's have a beer and talk like we used to. Clear your mind and maybe some things will come back to you.
Maybe you noticed he was about to ask, and what's about? And he was about to ask about Ciri and Yennefer, whom he knew in the books. But Geralt is cutting him off, and then he explains that he doesn't remember anything. And Zoltan is like everyone in this game, like, oh, okay, let's move on. And that's because there's no Yennefer and no Ciri in the game. And we had 2 reasons to do that, and I will talk about it later. But
some other time, maybe.
Okay, and the reason for not having Yennefer and Ciri in the game is twofold. One part of the reason is that we didn't have enough character models. We didn't have a model of Yennefer. We didn't have a model of Ciri, and it's a lame excuse, but it's true. We were, as I said, totally behind the schedule when it came to characters, like dramatically. So it was just not possible that we modeled 2 more very important characters. But that was not the main reason. The main reason was that if we introduced Ciri, the game would have to be about Ciri, because she's powerful, a huge part of this universe. And if you played The Witcher 3, you saw that it was so, that the game was basically about her. And that was the first game about Witcher, like this game we are playing now. So, and the players knew nothing about the world, about the character, about who witches are. So we needed a lot of time to build it all. And it was in our eyes more important than introducing Ciri and Yennefer. We thought that maybe it will play out better if we left like those very important women to next games, and it did.
Greetings to the honourable gentleman.
You are?
Harren Brog, merchant and middleman, at your service. What brings you here, Witcher?
What do you have to offer?
The Reverend sent you, I presume?
Of course.
Why don't I believe you?
And as I said, we have this mini-game of showing a signet ring. I am not sure if we are using it anywhere in the game apart from this quest.
A gift from the Reverend, I presume.
Like this chapter.
The Reverend sent me. He thinks you need a witcher.
I do. The dead emerge from the river at night. A ghastly cold blows from the water, making my flesh crawl. Help me. I'll spare no expense.
I'll help in exchange for information about Salamandra, and throw in 100 orens for my expenses.
I heard you were looking for Salamandra, but if so, you're looking for trouble. It's no matter to me. You have a deal. These damned undead are my concern. They scare customers off and destroy my crates. And this is a valuable shipment for a special client.
Okay. So...
Farewell.
So we get another quest, but I think the drowners go out at night. So we'll come back here later. As I said, a lot of backtracking in this chapter. We found some dice, but I don't think we'll be playing dice, although I really like the game. Even maybe better. I like it better than Gwent in the Witcher 3. We will see. We will see.
My leg rots.
Oh, I love the one-liners. They are cute and creepy usually.
I fucked a she-elf once.
Okay, yeah.
You seek trouble.
And sometimes they are crass, but you know, it's part of the franchise. The world is brutal and you know, people are unkind.
Don't get killed. Many animals died from plague. I wonder how I'll feed my children. No time.
Okay. I think I have something to eat. I will give her a mutton leg.
I only know old fables.
I'd gladly hear them.
My grandchildren like stories of the drowned dead, like the jilted miller's daughter who tied a millstone round her neck and plunged into the depths. When someone overcome by passion drowns, they arise as the drowned dead. At night the miller's daughter persecuted the living till the Knights of the Flaming Rose sent her to eternal rest.
The Order of the Flaming Rose eliminates monsters?
Its knights protect us and ask no reward.
Unfair competition, I'd say.
Yeah, they are definitely spoiling the market. But as you can see, we gathered a new entry in the bestiary, and it works like this: that if I know something about the monsters, a monster, I know what fighting style to use, what alchemy to use, and I can harvest better ingredients from that monsters. And usually I would have to buy a book, which is expensive, and here I just heard, you know, an old story and learn something.
Your hair's like milk. How come?
I like talking to children in the game. Those dialogues are usually, you know, a bit creepy or funny.
Speak quickly.
I carried the eternal fire to all the chapels.
The beasts still haunt us.
I told you it wouldn't work. Where's my payment?
Ah, yes, your payment. The curse must be stronger than I thought. Doubtless caused by that witch, Abigail. An evil woman.
A witch? Maybe she can tell us more.
She brought the beast and all other calamities upon us.
Perhaps, but I'd rather speak with her first.
We must know from whence the beast came. Learn the truth.
I will, for 300 orens.
Our community's poor. Perhaps 200?
So be it.
Okay. So, as I suspected, I knew it. There's a tension between the villagers and the witch, and we should go and talk to her to learn more. And we still have Mikul and Odo with their own quests, because it's like this scenario when a stranger comes to town or to a village and has to gain trust of the local villagers, usually learning some gritty secrets along the way, and usually the thing ends very badly. Let's say let's see how it will turn out. And right now I'm using something that I remember, and we will go and try to romance a villager, but before that, see, I picked up a weapon, but it cannot be used in combination with Witcher combat styles, so it's this part of design that I don't really understand why we did it. I know why we did it, but it makes no sense, because you can pick up weapons, because that's what people expected from a role-playing game, that you have more than one weapon. But everything apart from Witcher swords is basically useless, so you're not using the weapons you picked up. So yeah, that's it. And because we are doing all cringe playthrough, we will go and try to romance a local lady. Maybe she's awake already. I don't remember if it's her.
Thought you were
No.
a bandit.
That's not her, but she should be somewhere around here.
Thought you were a bandit.
No, that's not her. That's probably this one. Yeah.
Greetings, handsome traveller.
First kind words I've heard around here.
I like travellers. One showered me with flowers.
Okay, so we'll give her a bouquet of tulips.
Last I got tulips, my beloved called me the most beautiful. You find me fetching.
That doesn't sound creepy at all, Geralt.
What do you say we find a nook somewhere?
So yeah. I wasn't responsible for the sex cards, but I overheard designing of this particular one, and that's why that's when I learned the term MILF, and I'm sorry you had to hear that. But there's another funny story with it. As you can see, we have all the characters we met are described here, and they have their own portrait, like a picture, and if we had sex with them, we can take a look at the card. And that's funny because, as you can see, so here's the woman, here's the same woman, and here she is on the location. And the model, the picture, and the sex card have her. And usually they are the same color, but here the character has slightly is more blonde, and she's more, I don't know, auburn probably. And that's because they were done on very different moments in the production, and it wasn't very synchronized. They were made by different people. So then one of the designers got the task to check if all the hair colors matched, and they usually didn't, in a very dramatic way, like red hair on the sex card, black hair in the character portrait, the picture, and let's say, I don't know, brown hair on the model. What we later learned was that the person who was responsible for making sure the colors matched, they were colorblind, like totally, but too shy to talk about it. So how you approach the task? Well, you can compare the RGB numbers, or casually ask fellow designers when a fellow designer was passing by. you can ask, do you think that this hair is more like auburn or maybe, and she would say, well, it's blonde. So yeah.
Greetings, Witcher.
It turned out good.
Greetings.
Okay.
Wonder how I know you? No? So be it. What do you want?
I'm looking for Witcher's work.
Since you're here, a monster supposedly haunts the lakeshore, devouring peasants late getting home. A ghoul may have made its lair in the crypt.
How much for each?
You witchers do nothing disinterestedly. Kill a monster, bring me proof, and I'll reward you generously.
How much do you collect for a drowner?
It's my professional secret.
Come on, we're in the same profession.
It seems so.
So, how much for a drowner?
Depends, but on average, 80 orens.
I've never come close to that. I knew something was wrong with those prices.
Calm down.
Progress wherever you look. Only witchers, the relics they are, still work for a pittance, while being called freaks by those they do favors for.
A fair day's wage for a fair day's work.
What was that?
Nothing, nothing.
Take care.
So the real huntsman is definitely spoiling the monster hunting market. And we're going towards Odo's house. But I think, yeah, let's do the quest. And I think after the quest, we'll take a short break. This quest was the first I worked on when I joined CD Projekt, but back then it was not Odo. This house belonged to a guy called Grabek, and there was another guy called Pograbek, and they hated each other, and it was some sort of a nod to an old Polish comedy among friends. In Polish it's called Sami Swoi. It's about feuding neighbors, and the quest wasn't very good and was totally off mood and had nothing to do with the main themes of the game, so it was scraped after I wrote the dialogues, and we did something that better fits the game that we were working on.
From the blood and dents, this armor's a warrior's. But this fatso's more familiar with tankard than sword.
Okay, so let's talk to Odo. And
I'm a witcher, a monster slayer.
Why enter my home armed? I have nothing worth stealing.
Calm down. I've no desire to hurt you. I just need to ask you a few questions.
I don't talk to strangers.
I'm Geralt. Now you know my name.
Have a drink with me, Master Reverend. I detest spies, and we all know spies don't drink.
Let's drink then.
So yeah, drinking. As I said, game for adults, 2007, sex and booze.
Forgot the most
important.
Seen the Reverend?
And as you can see, he's a fat merchant type guy, so he has the bell on his neck because we were reusing characters because we didn't have enough characters.
Of course.
He told us to question strangers.
Yeah. Oh, it's so not working.
A ring of the eternal fire. Must be from the Reverend.
Okay, and about the drinking, he said spies don't drink, but what he meant is that if you don't drink, you snitch, and this is something from the communist Poland when friends met and drank, and someone was not drinking, he was probably snitching to the secret police, and then you would get arrested for political jokes or stuff like this. And it is still used as a way to pressure people into drinking, because I think that Poland has a drinking problem as a country, and we had absolutely no thoughts about it while cramming so much alcohol into the game.
The Reverend sent me to help you.
He's always thinking of me. I have this gardening problem.
I'm no gardener.
Let me finish. Some time ago, strange plants erupted in my garden. These plants. They're alive. Useful they were at first, devouring moles and insects.
What's the problem then?
Now they're as big as a man with giant branches. Luckily, they're buried underground in daytime, but I'm afraid to go near.
Okay, so we'll have some fight.
I'll pay 50 orens. Let's drink to that.
So we drink a lot in this quest.
$120 and not an oren less.
2 weeds for 70 orens.
I said 120.
I need to live. I need to drink. My final offer is 80. Cheers.
Yeah, I remember what will happen.
Strong stuff. How about 100?
Deal. One last shot.
And Geralt, who's drunk and reckless, decides to go and fight the echinops, the monsters here, while he's drunk. But it's quite funny, I must say. I like the comedic effect. And the fight is a bit harder because we are plastered. And echinops are quite demanding opponents. Luckily, we are playing on easy, so we should survive it. Okay, the other one. We're almost there. And I wonder how long it will take us to to sober up after heavy drinking with our good Odo. Okay. So now we have to stumble our way back. Oh, he's asleep, so let's wake him up. As you can see, Geralt is stumbling unless he has a sword in his hand, because we couldn't afford to make 2 sets of fighting animations. So when you fight, you move normally. When you don't have the sword in your hand, you're stumbling because you're drunk.
I've slain the monsters in the garden. Pay up.
You want your 80 orens? Here.
We agreed on 100.
We drank some ale, but my memory rarely deceives me.
Now listen here.
All right, here's your coin. I told you not to slay monsters while drunk at night, but you insisted. You frighten me.
I risk my neck for you, and you try to cheat me. Don't forget to tell the Reverend I helped you.
Okay, so while writing dialogues, for some reasons we decided that if a dialogue branch progresses or ends a quest, the dialogue ends after the dialogue, after the line, and it's because we needed time to display like the quest update on the screen, and all the non-quest dialogue lines, they just loop to the hub.
Any monsters around?
The howling from the village turns my milk sour.
Anything stranger than that?
The fog was so dense one time I strayed to the witch's house, where a great beast stared in her window.
Tell me more.
Well, I wasn't about to stay. I turned round so fast I nearly left my legs behind, but it was as big as a horse, billowed smoke and sparks like a hearth.
Later.
So clearly this line was written after we knew how the beast looks like, and maybe we'll be able to rest here for a moment.
You a soldier?
What's it to you?
I noticed that suit of armor.
My brothers. He fought at Brenner and other places. Oh, I detest soldiers, except my brother.
Relax. I'm no soldier.
Speak your mind.
Okay, so let's meditate. We acquired some new talents. Okay. We don't have enough ingredients to make any potions, so let's just meditate. And I think it will be all for today. We will continue our adventure, I think, next week, and maybe we'll be able to finish the first chapter. We will see. So thank you for watching, and I hope